Mind if I send Jimmy C your link? Maybe you might want to come on.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
we're live now. So, okay, let me do a few things here. Get this going. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. And David came in early. We were just shooting the breeze about Jimmy C's show last night. And that's about it. And then we're talking weather. We're 93 degrees today, clear and sunny, a little breezy, but nice. And I haven't done anything on the car. Uh, Yesterday's video, if anybody watched it, so far, position C or plan C or whatever you want to call it seems to be leading the vote. Uh, I showed three different locations on of the new stereo going in the dash, and A, B, and C, and C seems to be winning the vote. But it's the video I put up. It's got a thumbnail of the way the dash looked when I got the car with it stripped. So, and tomorrow we'll be start with the sander, and we'll start getting everything down to bare metal and doing some metal work and getting that all ready to start making pieces and weld it in. So that's where I'm at on the Camaro. So let's see if we can find that. Let's see, where is it? Bear with me for a minute. Hey, tubers. Sorry, I didn't turn this on. I've been in here for. Okay, I found it. So, yeah. So let's see. And we'll make this. There we go. So here's a video from yesterday. So what I did is I made, you can see here, cardboard strips at 1.125 inches. This is position C.
You went with that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think we're going to go with.
I like that one the best because it gives you room at the top in case that screen, that flips up. You don't want to take any risk.
The screen doesn't flip up. How it opens is, I'll show you how it opens here. Hang on. So, well, that's it. So we'll do that. So hang on. I don't know.
And what goes in that space where your hand is underneath your metal frame? Is that for
That's
the
where the
stereo?
radio used to go. That's where the radio used to go.
Right. But are you using that space, or is it just going to be?
Well, that's where the heater controls are going to go now.
Okay, right. I remember now.
So let's see. See, the screen now will sit there for you to get this in. Screen rotate. How it rotates down.
Oh, that one goes down. All right.
Yeah. So I don't think will be any interference in that.
No, I think you're pretty much in the clear there.
Yeah. So, but tomorrow we'll be grinding all the paint off, get it all down to bare metal, maybe weld up some holes and there's a couple of dimples in there I want to pound out flat and just get it all ready. And then we'll start cutting out some sheet metal and start making it. But I don't expect to do too much tomorrow anyway. It's my birthday.
You should take the day off.
Uh, I still got to work on the car.
But
Come
the
on.
car is recreation. It's not
Yeah.
a job. But it looks like a job. It's turned into work.
It's fun.
That's the important thing. It's not people say, "Oh, why don't you hurry up? Aren't you going to drive it?" Blah blah blah. Well, they don't understand. The fun is doing the work on it and getting it just right. You know, it's your baby.
Yeah. I enjoy more working on the car than anything.
Well, if you want to drive, get another car that you can drive. You know, this is your the one. This is your work on car.
Well,
The way I see it.
Actually, I sat there and I haven't even. Yeah, this is the registration for this year, and I haven't even put the sticker on. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, the sticker's still in it. So I haven't even put the sticker on it to drive it. And I've had this since January.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now I want to get the stereo resolved because I can't take it anywhere. I mean, the two top things that I want to do once we all open up is I want to go get the tailpipes fitted and put on. And then I have to get the whole thing aligned. And I've got the alignment shop all picked out and everything else. But, you know, everything's closed. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I still got the spoiler I got to paint. I got the cowl I got to touch up. I got a whole bunch touch up on the car from me pulling the fenders off to take the heater core out. So, yeah, there's a lot to keep me busy. But the car is drivable and it has been driven. So, and I do enjoy driving it, especially the power band in second gear. That car goes sideways in a heartbeat. So,
What's the cylinder size?
it's a 350.
Yeah, but you don't know the bore and
The bore is 4 inches.
The travel of the piston. What's that?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have
About
to
three and a half.
probably about 3 3/4.
That sounds right to me. Because you're getting that power band in second gear.
Yeah. Oh, it just wrong.
Who made the engine? Is that a GM? It's not GM, is it?
It's a GM engine.
Okay.
It's a Chevy high performance engine, actually.
Yeah.
From Chevy Performance, but it's got a 370 Detroit locker in the back, so the gear ratio there. That's why the 5-speed I put in it, the first 4 speeds look like a normal 4-speed, and then the 5th gear is like an overdrive. I mean, it drops the RPM down when you're cruising at about 65, really down to around 1800, 1700 RPM. I mean,
Great.
the engine's just barely spinning.
Super. That sounds sweet. That's the way it should be. Yeah.
And then we are on our 3rd week of our Ramjet logo being at Advanced Plating in Nashville, Tennessee, out of a 15-week or 16-week turnaround time. So we're moving along.
Yeah, it's real interesting. A lot of these cottage industries, I think it was a cottage industry, are open. You know, like if you want anything, you can order it off of eBay because those people are working from home. They have their own business, so they're doing it on the internet. They don't have to shut down. They can continue.
I started selling all my radio control boat kits on the internet because I'm sitting there picking one hobby, and I stopped because of this, and I still have 2 boat kits to go. And I got probably the most expensive kit that I got is sitting upstairs on the asteroids machine, uh, waiting for this to sit there for me to list it back on eBay for them to go, because that I'm going to have professionally packed and shipped because it is such an expensive kit.
Yeah.
But it's
I
the
had a job doing that one time. I worked for UPS, and we charged. Well, UPS is exorbitantly overpriced anyway. I think I even work for the company, but the interesting thing about it is that we only charge like $2 to pack something, and we had people bring some pretty interesting stuff in to pack. Like if it's something real valuable, like something that goes in a museum, or um, we had everything there. We had all the materials. We had the boxes, all different sizes. But I thought UPS was overpriced. But one thing I liked about that is we offered the services the post office did too. If you wanted to ship it USPS, we could do it, and we sold stamps. Sold a lot of stamps.
I take it to a place called Box Brothers.
Yeah, you take it one of those places. Okay.
Yeah, they're primarily just shipping and box and packaging material
Yeah.
and boxes and everything. But this box is probably about 5.5 feet tall by about 12 inches thick by about 12 inches across. It's the battleship Yamato.
You may want to crate it.
No, it's packed good in the box that it came,
Okay.
because I ordered the kit from Japan. It's actually a Japanese modeler that sat there, and I ordered it from Japan, paid customs, paid the shipping, everything else, waited a month for it to get here. And
Is it put together, or is it still in the box?
it's a kit. You got to put it together. It's a
Oh,
radio.
okay, then it won't
radio
get
control.
broken. I mean, if they drop it or something like that, it won't smash into a million pieces.
No, it'll be in one piece. I mean, if it made it from Japan to here in that box, and it was packed inside
It'll
another,
make.
it will be. It ought to make it across the United States, because I don't ship overseas. I used to do that when I was selling stuff on eBay, but that got to be such a hassle. It's
When I
not.
was selling
Yeah.
on eBay, I only shipped domestically. I didn't ship overseas. I didn't want to deal with the customs and dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Exactly. It's just too much. But it is a Japanese kit. The instructions are in Japanese and American. Uh,
Cool.
when the ship's all done, it'll be almost 5.5 feet long. So it's a big radio control model. And yeah, I held off on putting that one on eBay, hoping that's going to make up the difference on the money I'm saving for the power windows for the Camaro, because that's the next big project, is getting almost $900 together for that kit, and ordering that kit and getting it in and start putting the side windows in, and then the weather stripping. Then we'll do the interior. Once I can seal up the inside of the car, then I'll go ahead and do the interior 100%. But until then, I'll just pick on the interior here and there on pieces I need.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, it's like when I emailed Advanced Plating and sent him a picture of the Ramjet logos that Gary made me, and they came back and gave me a price. Okay, and I said it'll go out Monday, and so then I emailed them and told them Monday, and then they came back and said fine. They had a few things for me to do and send them. They wanted a deposit of half the money on it, and I said no problem. Everything else, and when they're all done, they'll get the other half in shipping back to me. And then that's when they told me 15 to 16 weeks. So that tells me they got a pretty hefty backlog going on, even though during this. But they're the best chrome plating place, let's say, in the United States. Anytime you watch any of the car shows or anything else, or at least I have been watching any of the car shows or anything else, that's all they say. Oh, we're going to box this up and send it to Advanced Plating in Tennessee. Okay, all right, fine. And then we had a committee meeting one time in Nashville, and I went and looked at the place and talked to the people, and their work is just unbelievable. And I said, okay, fine. But small logos and everything else would be fine, but shipping a bumper to them, I don't think so.
Mm-mm. Well, they probably do it in batches because part of the plating process it creates waste products. I think one of them is cyanide gas because they first I think they copper plate it and then they plate chrome over the copper. And there's some chemical reaction there with the two metals, or they have to put a compound on. Anyway, it's very environmentally regulated. They just don't plate anything anymore.
And then I found a chrome shop here in town that everybody was recommending. And this is when I was remodeling the bathroom upstairs. So I wanted to take the bathroom fixture, and it was natural oak, and we were changing everything. And so I wanted to get one part of the fixture chrome plated. And I took it to them, and that was a crappy job. I mean, thank God it's up in the air and nobody can get it right into their face into it and everything else, because if you got it, you'd sit there and see that they really didn't do a good job on it. And so I'm just happy that I sent the logos up to Advance. Oh man, nobody's in the chat. And the link's in there if anybody wants to join us.
I sent the link to you, Dizzy.
Okay.
He might not get it, but I sent it to him.
Okay, I sent the link to, I'm looking on my phone. I sent the link to both my sons. And yeah. So other than that, it's a lazy Friday afternoon, sucking down some beers. And just kicking back. So did Monica ever show up last night?
Yes, she did.
Huh?
She did finally.
She did?
Who showed up?
Monica, did she ever show up?
Did she show up last night?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. I remember you talking about her, but I don't remember if she showed up.
Yeah, she may have, but I don't remember.
She was in the chat, I think.
Yeah, she was in for a while.
Yeah, she may have. She never came up on panel, but she may have been in the chat because she said she was at the store or some shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about the time difference.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big difference. What's up, Cap?
How you doing?
It's only 3-hour difference.
Thanks for having me up, Tom.
No,
yeah.
like
what's up, fellas? How you doing?
But when you're talking the difference between being home doing nothing and still at work, it makes a big difference.
Does she still go into work?
She's been working from home, and she does go into the school once in a while. So
okay,
she's still working, just mostly from home.
Okay.
I was telling Tom Noble how much of a blast we had last night. Especially, it was just last hour was just three of us.
Yeah.
I guess we finally got bored and quit.
Well,
there's not a decline in live streaming because Tom's show's been quiet.
Well, it is kind of everybody's kind of had a bit of a lull in the views,
Yeah.
So.
The only time my views go up unless I put something interesting, me cutting the dash apart on the car. So then everybody starts looking. I get more views on cutting stuff up than I do putting stuff back together.
The video I got the most views on was me going out, putting the key in the Vespa and turning it and starting it. And it's only a minute long.
Yeah.
And I
people
show
say a
them
word,
yeah,
did you?
and the headlights and all that.
yeah, and people only it's still people only watch 15 seconds of it.
But you didn't even
Well,
say
that's
a
the
word,
most
did you?
important part of it because that's the last 45 is just looking at it. It's running. What else can you do?
There's a lot of people that don't want to hear YouTubers' voices anymore. They just want to see the stuff being done, hear the sounds of the stuff being done, the rustle of the bag while you eat chips, the crunch of the chips.
That's the
You
mirror.
wiping off your mouth, and dude, I'm telling you, people
It's
want to see
called.
that kind of stuff now. It's just
Well, yeah, those aren't the kind of people. Those aren't the videos I'm making. So
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to
Jimmy.
experiment with that because I
Jimmy,
get the.
if you did an ASMR bologna sandwich, it would get views. I promise you.
I know it would get views. Trust me,
I think
man.
if you make a plain old bologna sandwich, it would get views.
They do.
Well,
Just
he
so you
already
know,
did
People are
that. Now
curious.
he's
How
got to
do
do an
you make a bologna
ASMR one
sandwich?
and prove the jerk wrong.
how many? What do I have? I have 2 or 3 bologna sandwich videos.
Who cares?
So.
You're the king of bologna sandwiches.
Right, I'm gonna make
They
another.
care. They care.
I have another one that I want to make. So it's just a matter of having the bologna in the
Jim
in
needs
the
no
time.
provocation.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
needs
Jimmy,
no
here,
provocation, no ideas to make bologna sandwiches.
here's a bologna sandwich for you. Go to the deli and see if they got garlic bologna and get it cut probably about a 1/4 inch thick, maybe a little thicker. And then fire up the grill and throw it on the grill. And
Well, I'm already thinking about bologna steaks. Okay, they are part of the plan.
I've
Okay.
had that. I've had that.
I've done that, and it's awesome.
It's delicious.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is. You don't even have to go and get it cut for you. Just buy the damn bologna. Be like, that one. And then freaking take it home and freaking get your big freaking butcher knife and sharpen it up and slice that sucker.
Yeah. If I was going to do that, I'd probably have to buy a section of a thing of bologna. I can't buy the whole log.
They'll sell you a section of it.
Yeah, I'll take the
They'll sell
like
it anything you
you
want.
just go in there and grab the one they're working off of and be like, yeah, just give me.
Just I want one big slice an inch thick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't sweat
Something
my camera.
happened.
I'm here.
I thought it was somebody else coming into the chat, but it was
No,
you.
my camera.
There's T-Dub telling me he's still working.
I used to fry bologna like bacon.
Mhm. That's one of my bologna sandwich videos.
I've done like Tom. I've cooked bologna on the grill.
Captain, the wife has a special cast iron pan, and all it's cooked in it is fried bologna. That's it. Nothing else is cooked in that pan, and it's just a little bit bigger than a piece of bologna.
Yeah.
I had the same pan. Yeah, that's all I did with it. It was just cooked bologna. Yeah, you're right.
Yep, that's it.
Oh,
You
man.
cook anything else in that pan, and she'll yell at you.
I got it at a tag sale.
Oh yeah.
I think I paid like 50 cents for it. Like when I was like 15, I think.
Yeah. The blowout deal. It's probably a lodge and worth freaking $20.
Yeah.
I don't know. That thing's long gone, bro.
Oh, you don't have it no more? Ah.
No, dude, it was freaking like 30 years ago, and I've been a homeless man since then. I ain't got no stuff from back then.
Well,
What are you
you
kidding?
Come on, you ain't homeless if you got a frying pan.
I gave someone a frying pan. My neighbor across the street, she sold her house, and she's not altogether there in the head, and she was looking for a place. She was looking for public housing, but anyway, she was living in a motel, one of those, you live right by the week,
Yep.
and she didn't have a pan. And I said, well, I'll give you a pan. I said, you have to have a pan if you're going to cook. So I opened my cabinet and got a pan out. I said, here, I paid $2 for it at the dollar store. You can have it. Non-stick.
Right.
Yeah.
I
You
introduced
gotta
a
have
lot
a
of
pan.
people over the years to thrift stores. A lot of people, they're like, "Oh my God, I thought that was just for poor people." I'm like, "No, anybody can go shopping at a thrift store." There's
Heck, I
people that
worked
make
at
it. There's people that make a mint, freaking like going in there and freaking like finding cool stuff that's worth money, and then they go and freaking sell it at an auction house. And I was telling people that 35 years ago.
Yeah, nowadays they go grab it and then sell it on eBay.
Dude,
Yeah, that's what I was going to
I've
say.
been doing that for decades, bro. Even before there was
Mhm.
even freaking eBay, I've been doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Come on now.
Well, me and my father used to do it to go to the flea market with it. You know, make a profit. We'd go yard sailing on Saturday and the flea market on Sunday and sell it all.
I found a box that had brass pieces in it at a flea market, and it was labeled candle holder.
Uh huh.
I brought it home and I assembled the candle holder, and you know what this candle holder really was?
A hookah.
A menorah.
Really?
It was a friggin' menorah. It was this
They
big,
didn't
huge
know.
brass menorah, and I paid like a couple of bucks for it, you know, because the dude wanted to just get rid of it. He's like, I don't
Yeah.
care about that thing. Give me like, what's it say in a box? I'm like 5. He's like, give me 2 or give me 3, and I'm like, I'll give you 2. And he's like, so he took the money. I
Yeah.
paid $2 for this freaking honking huge freaking brass menorah. I brought it home. I put it together, and you know, I was like, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm studying this freaking book. It's called the Kabbalah." And I'm like, "Oh, I know that book. It's the book of Jewish mysticism." Hey, isn't that funny? Uh, I just got something the other day that I think you might like. I had no use for it. I had absolutely zero use for
Right.
it. All my Jewish friends, they already had menorahs. Go figure.
Right.
Well, anyway, so I ran in my apartment. I come back out and I got it stuffed in my jacket, and I'm like, I'll give it to you when we get where we're going. So we get to where we're going, and you know, people are giving him a couple of gifts here and there because his birthday's coming up soon, and I'm just like, here you go, and he's like, I hate you so much.
It is what it is.
He accepted it graciously. He's like, all right, I get it. All right, come on.
I'm the
I
type
don't
of
know
guy.
if he still got it, but I gave him this huge brass menorah. It was just cool.
Yeah, I'd have taken it to the freaking scrap yard and turned it in for scrap metal.
Well, back then, yeah, I might have done that, but no, it was better as a gag gift.
Oh yeah, I understand. I understand if you got someone to give that to, you know. But
Oh man,
I still have a box that I dig out brass stuff out of and scrap every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, if you want to get rid of your brass, I will give you dollar for dollar market value, and I'll pay for the shipping. Send it to me.
I'll start saving brass because every now and then some turns up and there's not enough to scrap. I mean, I'm not going to take it to the scrapyard.
I like brass.
Mhm.
You do any other metals or is it just
The only
brass?
brass I get a hold of is either old fire nozzles or for hose or sprinkler heads.
Well, you know, screws, nuts, and bolts. You know, little parts.
Yep.
Stuff.
I collect on brass, copper, stainless steel. I'm not a huge fan of aluminum. It's worth money, but I don't scrap my metals, you know?
Well, I'm not sending you aluminum. You
No,
can get
I wouldn't expect
Andrew,
anybody to send me aluminum unless you're sending me like, you know,
a whole
like a big
aluminum
bag,
bar or
like
something.
a big huge box of it, and then I'm like, oh well,
What are you gonna do with that?
I remember
I
when I
mean-
was scrapping for Habitat for Humanity, I got this long, it was about a half an inch thick and that long. It was an aluminum bar. And I didn't scrap it because I just thought it was so cool. So I just put that up on my workbench just to look at. You know, I was like, cool, look at this big piece of aluminum. Well, I find out later on it is a specific piece for something. I don't remember what it was. But that piece, they were working on something in a video on YouTube and that piece of aluminum was in some kind of a machine, and
Oh,
it served some kind of a purpose. I said, I know what that is. I had one of those.
see, I'm not going to be collecting scrap metal living where I'm living now.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did for like a hot second, and then I'm like, you know what? All my friends are freaking like melting metal and pouring and stuff. I'm just gonna send it to whoever, and I did.
Yeah.
I sent some to my friend Tim. I sent some to my friend John. I sent some to my friend Adam, and I sent some to my friend Fred and this other guy and this other person and whoever. I sent it out. Even my silver. If I've got a bunch of silver and it's like just like cruddy bits, they want to clean
Yep.
it up or sort through, and I'll even label it, or I'll tell them, I'll be like, yeah, some of this is this, this, and this, and they can sort through and they take what they want, and then either give me the rest back or just keep it for another project or something. But realistically, I don't pour metal yet. I've done it,
Right.
but I don't
You,
do it regularly enough where I'm gonna need scrap metal here. You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
so I'm not gonna start saving scrap metal. I'm not gonna start collecting it here. I'm gonna wait until I'm freaking,
In a
until I
better
go
place.
somewhere, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna freaking do it. So
Yeah, a place where you can actually have a forge.
yeah, do it myself.
Yeah.
Freaking, I'm not doing any of that nonsense here. Not a chance. No.
Have you ever
No
watched
Chris.
Cody's Lab?
What?
YouTube channel called Cody's Lab.
What about him?
CODY space LABS.
What about him?
He does metal. He does what you do or what you want to do.
He does all kinds of metal though. He does. He distills mercury and freaking. He chemically separates freaking gold from things and freaking does all kinds of experiments with it and stuff. I know
Yeah.
Cody.
Okay.
So
He tried to. He
it's
tried
called
to.
Cody's Lab.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
tried to flush mercury down the toilet like water.
Yep. It wouldn't
I'm
go.
not kidding. He's a nut. This guy has hundreds of pounds of mercury, and he plays with it all the time.
He has a mine. He has a mercury mine.
I know.
His
He bought
dad's.
the mining rights. He's got land out there, and he does weird, wacky stuff with it. He even drank. What the hell was it? I don't remember what it was, but he drank a chemical that you're not supposed to drink. People
Yeah.
just like notoriously think that that's it's bad for you to drink that chemical, and he's just like, well, you're down hatch. And he drank it. It didn't bother him. It didn't do anything to him. He's just like, I wouldn't recommend it, but doesn't taste very good. But I'm not dead.
I'm still here.
Right.
Oh man.
Don't try this at home.
No, please do not do what you see on Cody's channel in your home or outside your home or anywhere for that
In your
matter.
neighborhood. In your town.
Yeah.
He's a trained idiot. That's what you say.
I mean, if you live all the way out in the middle of
He's
nowhere, it's a different story.
I'm going to use this term lightly. He's a kind of a scientist.
Yeah.
And he does like lots of scientific experiments and stuff like that with different chemicals and substances and whatever. And well, he's
He's
kind of
some
a
kind of a
kook.
teacher, isn't he? A teacher at some
He's some
community.
kind of a kook, is what he is.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that.
He tried
And
to
he'd
gold
probably
plate
be
the
like,
bumper on his truck.
he'd probably look up for a second and be like, a kook? Yeah, probably. He probably wouldn't deny it.
The only silver I collect, Captain, is this kind.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll show you one of the pieces that I poured. One of them I got to send out, but I needed a set of like letter and number punches so that I could like label it, but I didn't get to those yet. You know, the world crisis and all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I figured I'd put that on a back burner for a little while. But anyway, here's one of the pieces I poured. This is
Oh, that's
solid.
cool.
This is solid sterling silver. It's not pretty, but then again, it's a skull. Does it have to be?
No.
That's
It's
actually pretty cool.
It's lumpy as hell, and the back of it did not turn out well at all. In fact, it looked worse than this before, if you can even imagine it. It was just screwy looking. Like, it was ugly. But anyway,
That looks like it's ready for a second pour.
yeah, that's a significant improvement from what it was. Okay, I took a freaking file to it, and I'm just like, dude.
You saved the shavings, right?
Well, yeah, I don't ever throw silver in the garbage, but I'll tell you this. I poured another one of those. The first one was the better of the two. So I've got two. I've got this one, and one's already packaged up, and it was going to be on its way to a friend of mine. But like I said, I decided that I wasn't going to send it to him just yet, and I was going to wait until I got a chance to stamp it and label it, you know.
Yeah.
And freaking,
Yeah.
like, hey,
tag on it.
I did this, you know. Kevin Dirt, I did that shit.
Maybe,
anyway, yeah.
Maybe you should just carve it.
I thought about it, and I do have engravers, but nah. And then no. It's a nice piece. I want to put some nice standardized lettering and numbering on it. So trust me, I have the skills that are necessary to freaking engrave that thing, or at least do some chasing and like.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do all kinds of chasing and engraving and freaking, you know, what do you call that? Yeah, I can do all that kind of stuff. I'm not super great at it anymore, but I used to be awesome at it when I was younger. So I still know how to do all that. Then I've learned a few newer tricks. Well, old tricks that are new to me. So
yeah.
I'd really love to just freaking like, you know, have a workshop to work in, you know, at least a garage, Okay.
I hear you.
And I don't even have any of that here.
Gary Ramsey was cutting these out.
Hello.
Oh, that's cute.
Be right back.
That's a cute little thing.
Yeah, he was cutting those out, and I asked him to send me. He sent me like about 5 of them. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I thought it looked pretty cool.
Huh. Yeah, I tell people when people see something on my channel, and I have no use for it or whatever. A lot of the time, I'll be like, "Hey, you want that thing? Send me the shipping money, and I'll ship it to you. And if I have shipping money, and I don't care, I'll just ship it to them. And be like, here."
Yeah.
You know? Some people have been like, "Oh my god, this is so awesome!" Ah! You know.
Well, I do the same thing with the parts on the Camaro. I'll sit there and I'll go. It's like the one backup camera that was supposed to bolt on the license plate. Well, it wouldn't have worked, and everything else. So I mean, so I sat there and I said, if anybody wants it, pay for the shipping. You can have it, and that's what I do.
I have a tendency to steer away from car parts, pun intended, and this is why, because I don't have a car. I don't have a truck. I don't have a place to work on one. You know, so like I said, until I get to a place where I can actually do something with the metal, I'm not collecting any more of it. Until I get to a place where I can freaking work on a car, I'm not going to worry about cars.
Well, here on the stream, I'm going to get a place that I can have a shop and work on stuff, even if I, you know, find a place in the neighborhood, find somebody's. I got stuff around, and I'm in an apartment and can't do anything with it. You know,
same here, buddy.
I got rudimentary.
Preaching to the choir, bud.
My dining room turns into my shop.
You're preaching to the choir. Look over here. Look.
I got a.
You see right behind you? You see that big red box?
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Yeah, that's my fucking kitchen table.
Well, see,
Come on.
I'm in an old house and there's an old pantry, and there's nothing stored, and there's plenty of room to store things in this place. But that closet is my shop. All my tools are in there. Everything's consolidated. I got one of those red toolboxes on wheels that rolls out, and it's got the chest on top. And
Yeah, I
when I
can't
want
even
to
have
work
the cart. I can't
on
even
a
have the
something,
cart part up here.
yeah, it has a cart and a toolbox, and I just take the tablecloth of my dining room table. It's in really good shape, but it came out of a office, a business out of an office. Top's made out of some really durable material. I put some cardboard or some paper down. I got a workbench, and then when I'm done, I clean it all up and make it back into a dining room, and we're all happy.
There you go.
Because I don't use the dining room anyway. Who uses the dining room? I mean,
Johnny
I don't
Five,
even need a dining room.
Hi. Johnny, the link's in there if you want to come up.
how you doing, Johnny? Good to see you.
Pat's on his way over. Not on the panel, but physically coming over here.
Johnny thinks he's the Fonz. Hey!
So, yeah, our first house didn't have a garage or didn't have a shop. I built one, but it took 3 years before I can have it. And then it wasn't really much of a shop or a garage, but
Yeah.
it was something. But I for the longest time, I did what you two guys are doing, kitchen table. Here we go.
Let me tell you something.
I do. The landlord did let me have use of a 6x6 shed out back, and I use it. I store like chemicals in it and stuff. It's small. It's
I
not
don't
big
have
enough.
any of that kind of stuff. I don't have any of those capabilities here. This is a very stupid apartment building with a lot of very touchy, babyish people. So
Sounds like you're being a little PC there.
a little.
Okay.
But the thing of it is, I get such a good deal here that I don't want to move. This place it's kind of old and kind of ramshackle, but it works. All the appliances work, all of the utilities work, and everything. And
You
I'm
can't
happy.
You can't knock the deal. If you got a good deal, you got to stay there. I mean,
And the location is really
Believe it
cool.
or
I'm
not-
downtown. They're building these $1 million condominium complexes everywhere. Always got a condominium.
Oh, you live in Connecticut too?
I think do it everywhere. I think they build condominiums. It doesn't matter where you are. They're building them like crazy.
I'm aware.
And I asked my mom, they're building them where my mother lives. They're building condominiums out where there used to be farms. And I said, where are these people coming from? Why are they building all these? And Mom said, people are growing up and getting their own places. They're not moving from anywhere.
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
David, they're building $1 million condos, high rises, like 50-story high rises on the strip.
Yeah.
See, now you're talking casino land,
You're talking prime property, but people want that property. That property is selling.
I tell you fellas this right now, believe it or not, these condos are actually very comfortable to live in if you want a boring as hell life. If you want to put up with freaking drunks, freaking bing bang boom and screaming and freaking beating the crap out of each other, then this is the place to live.
Well, that's any apartment building.
What they do here, the condominium buildings are not high rises. They're about 5 stories high. And what they do, the first floor is shops, retail shops like restaurants and gift shops and things like that, and coffee shops. And then the other 4 floors are, I don't want to say apartments. They're not apartments. They're condominiums. You
Okay.
buy every, and they're all over the place. I mean, they'll level a whole city block and make it all those condominium buildings,
Yeah.
and they look nice. They're
David, the only
tasteful.
reason that this town has a population of more than 2,000 is because they started building condos in it. Otherwise, the population would be itty bitty.
Mhm.
They built tons and tons of condos. They freaking urban. They did a little bit of sprawl, not urban sprawl, but
That's
just
the big thing right now is sit there and build a shop like back in old New York, build a shop down below, and then put 3 stories of apartments above it.
Yeah.
So the person
That's
who's
what they're doing.
or the shops below are living above it.
Sometimes.
you
And
do
then when you go
realize,
further out away,
David, you realize that the Carolinas is the fastest growing area of the United States.
oh, I believe it because it's growing by leaps and bounds here.
Yeah, it's the fastest growing area in the United States. North Carolina, the Carolinas, that whole area there. Not Georgia, the Carolinas. Not
It's the
Virginia,
low
the
cost of living.
Carolinas.
It's going to grow so big, the cost of living is going to go up. The cost of living's really low here. I mean, we have some hot spots where it's high, but like downtown Charlotte, I mean, it would be ridiculous to live there. Asheville, you wouldn't want to live in Asheville unless you had a lot of money.
For now, it's low. I'll tell you, David, for one of the poorest cities in America is Hartford, Connecticut.
That's
Believe it or not, it's one of the
That
poorest
seems odd.
cities
Isn't
in
that
America. For a capital city, yeah. It's in the top 10 of the poorest capital cities.
Capital number 1. That's the insurance capital of the country.
Yeah. It's also like per capita, it's got a lot of poor people. A lot of poor people. And it's one of the poorest cities in America. One of the poorest capital cities for definite, for sure. And I'll tell you this. That place is falling apart.
Yeah.
They're constantly having to freaking
It's been falling apart.
community renewals, restorations. You know, the historical society gets involved in a lot of it because they can't. Oh, you can't tear down this neighborhood because it's historical, dude. It's just freaking disgusting.
Well, yeah, but they take those when they take those old historic places and rebuild them. It actually ends up looking pretty cool.
That's Robin.
How you doing?
Welcome to YouTube.
Yeah. Hi.
And there's Pat. What's going on, guys?
Yo.
How you doing? Good to see you.
95. I'll be back. Hold down the fort.
All right.
There's Johnny. Johnny. What's up, man?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, my brother?
I'm all finished now.
Finished what?
Hey, Johnny, if you get any freaking skinnier, you turn to the side. We're not even going to be able to see you.
I'm building up well enough for that. Don't worry.
Very nice.
I'm feeling good.
We're going to call you Slim. We're going to call you Slim by the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. Another year should do it. I'm taking the weight training supplements now as well. Though.
I know. You told me. I think
Buzzing?
you told me yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. They give you a little bit of extra, you know, when you're training, you feel that you got a bit more energy to push through the pain a little bit more.
Push through the pain.
No, that's what you got to do. You got to get that
pain.
burning sensation. That's your muscles, micro-tearing, and then you repair themselves by freaking it up.
I don't feel that as pain, man. That's not pain. That's fucking just weird.
Not getting tattoos, I want more.
Yeah. The more you do, the better you get at it, you know.
Is there anybody out there?
But my thing is freaking. I need to start doing something. I'll give you that. But
got new gloves. We got big full wrist support.
I'm with you, Jimmy. See, where are we going to get the motivation to do something?
I don't know. I don't know. Not right now.
Yeah, go.
Thinking you've broken. That was my motivation.
Yeah.
David, I stepped on my mum's scales, right, and they spun round like a fruit machine. I thought I'd broken them. They only went up to 23 stone, and I went past it by another 3 stone.
Really? You gained that much weight?
I weigh about 365 pounds.
Yeah, he's not gaining, he's losing, man.
I'm 225 now, I think.
Man,
You're way less than me, John.
There was a time I weighed 225 pounds.
Yeah, it was a lifetime ago.
I'm about 230.
I was married. It was right after I got
I'm about
married.
235.
Left a floppy bit of belly, I'd probably lose about another half stone.
I'm about 235, 240 right now, so I'm kind of a fat bastard.
I wish.
I was up to 240 once, and it was right before we moved here to Winston from Virginia. I guess I was just depressed, and I got here to Winston-Salem, and after I lived here about a year, I made some friends and started getting out and doing some fun things.
Oh, yeah, it makes a lot of difference.
And I was losing like a pound a month. And when I went to the doctor, I said, I'm losing weight. It's like, is there a problem? Is there something wrong? He said, there's nothing wrong with you. We'll just keep an eye on it. And he says, you got everything under control. You're eating well. He said, we'll watch it, but you're fine. And I lost like 40 pounds. Got down below 200 pounds.
I'd like to get down under 3 again. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
I don't know if I'll ever get under 2 again.
I couldn't.
I'm fine the way I am now.
I wouldn't be healthy under 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I wouldn't
6.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Well, I got a hobby. Having a hobby helped. Ran into a scooter. I love these scooters. I'm crazy.
What are you, 6'3", Jim?
6'2".
Well,
I'm
whatever.
6'2", but high school football playing weight was 205.
What did you think when he stood next to
that's
Ace?
lean and
He's
mean,
taller
dude.
than he thinks he is. I think he's a bit taller than he thinks he is.
No, I know I'm only 6'2" because I have to stretch it like 1/8 of an inch to call it 6'2". So
That's what my back was like.
in fact, by now it's probably a 1/2 inch.
Hey, if you wore a jock strap, you'd probably be 6'3".
Stretch an extra couple of inches out
You
your back.
slouching
Yeah,
bastard.
yeah. Well, that's what it is. I'm all tight and worn out, and
We shrink. When we get older, we shrink.
yeah, I know we
I'm
shrink.
aware.
Well, I've got this thing for me hip, so I don't knacker it when I'm doing stuff.
David, I was 6'1", and now I'm 5'10". I'm aware.
I'm 5'8".
Well, that's because of the curvature, man. You lost height because you can't,
I lost height because my bones fused together. Now I'm a,
Well, yeah, you
now I'm
can't
a
stand
spin-
up freaking
now I'm a
straight.
spindle neck freak.
Well, it's like I'm getting worried. I'm not getting enough exercise.
But you are free, Captain. That's why we love you.
I know I'm not getting enough exercise. All I do is sit in this fucking chair. 90.
I'm thinking about joining the Y, but they closed all the Ys.
Uh-huh.
Hey, if I want
And
extra
you walk on the
exercise, I'll
street.
just rock this chair a little harder.
Yeah. If you walk on the street, people are always panhandling and asking you for money and stuff like that. And you're always running into, you have to deal with people and like lower economic people out there that are up to no good.
Dave,
I'm not saying anything about people
you're
from
in the
lower
city.
economic strata.
Hey, Dave,
because
I'll
they're
tell you this.
responsible.
I was out there freaking hanging out with a freaking with another freaking homeless person, right? And he told me all about how he was hooked on drugs and this and that, and I'm like, dude, I'm not homeless because I was on drugs. I'm homeless because freaking I'm homeless. It sucks, but whatever. So he's standing there panhandling. He's making money. And I'm like, dude, you're making more money today. He's just like, I don't know. You look a good luck charm or something. I got a place to stay for the night, right? And I told him about it. The next day, I go past him, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, what? You going to do that to me? I'm like, do what? He's like, you're going to walk by and not put nothing in my cup. I'm like, excuse me? He's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you
have
got a
your
place to
regular-
live now. And I'm like, dude, I had a freaking flop for the night, dude. Get bent. And I went like this. And I slapped his cup right out of his freaking hand. Get bent.
Right.
It's legal here. You can get a permit.
No, it's not
And as
legal.
long as you're not on
It's not legal at all here.
as long as you're on public property, you can do it. You can't do it on somebody's private property. You can't stand out in front of the door. You can't panhandle at a Walmart
Right.
or at a grocery store. You have to
Right.
be on
That's
a
why they
public
stand in
street.
the middle of the intersection.
You can't
Yeah,
panhandle
and some of them
here
get
at all.
hit. And some of these homeless people get hit by cars because they're out there in the interstate.
Do you have homeless people that sell newspapers over there? We have like they call them.
We
big
have them too. I know one of the newspaper guys. Somebody ran into him and killed him. He was standing out there in a median strip selling newspapers,
Mm-hmm.
and it made a story. You know, there was a news story about it and everything. That poor guy. At least they're out trying to make a buck. You know.
Yeah. Poor
Yeah.
dumbass that ran him over. Fuck.
And you know the newspapers are trying to. They got somebody else that's peddling papers for them. It's a symbiotic relationship.
You get them deliberately jumping in front of your car though, so they can claim on insurance.
If anybody
They
deliberately
deliver.
jumps in front of my car, they're getting run right the hell over, dude. I promise you.
Yep, that's if you jump out.
I'm
That's
going to East Coast to resupply me.
I'm aware of the freaking laws out regarding that out in the West Coast, bro. I know. I've had plenty of friends that lived in California and Las Vegas and stuff. They told me, dude, the cars will speed up to hit you.
Mhm.
Hey, guess what, Ricky? Don't try and get any sales. Picking it up tomorrow.
Out there, the cars are for the road is for the cars, not the people.
You better be in that crosswalk. That's all you got. You better be in that crosswalk, and you better be walking with the signal. If not, you're dead meat.
Yeah, it depends on.
All I can say is
depends on who's behind the wheel.
I may or may not be guilty of speeding up towards people that are in the middle of the street.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, like I said, I may or may not be guilty of that.
If
Neither
it was,
confirm nor deny these allegations.
if it wasn't against the law, I would have a paintball gun in my hand just for that specific person.
You don't have to have paint in them balls. It could be pepper juice.
Yeah,
Actually, just water will work.
Yeah.
but if it wasn't, I mean, any type of fire, any type of gun, I consider that still a gun.
Water with a little bit of yellow dye, and just to put the thought of pee in people's heads. just the thought of it, like, oh my god.
Hell, take it one step further, Captain. Why don't you just use your own urination? So,
No, you
You're gonna
can't.
go on Bear Grylls.
You can't weaponize. It's illegal to weaponize your urine in Connecticut.
Right.
If you're telling me
But if-
that
but
it's
if you
not
put-
illegal to freaking do that out in Las Vegas, I'll have a freaking flight booked
Yeah, but if you could
before
put
the
a
hour
little
is over.
you could put a little ammonia in there to freaking make it smell like pee a
It's
little
all-
bit.
Well, you can just go out there
Ammonia and
and
some
fake piss.
yellow
You
food
can go
colour.
buy fake
Yeah.
piss. There is such
Here's
a
Tom.
thing as fake
Am I okay
piss.
to have one of these?
is it
Put
illegal?
beer in. Put
And
beer and
I'd be
ammonia.
puffing, man.
Just checking, Jim.
I think it's illegal to shoot a paintball at somebody. It doesn't matter if you're peeing it or not.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's what I think. Because I think that's assault. They'll bust you for assault.
You all done?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Just got like after workout, calm down.
So you
Slow.
installing the stereo or what?
Good one.
You too. Thanks.
You welcome. I need help.
All right. You shut the Camaro air compressor off?
Yeah, I shut it off. I shut the valve off. I'm gonna bleed the air.
No, just leave it on.
Well, it's easier to bleed. It's easier to roll up the hose when the air's bled.
No, don't roll up the hose. Leave it there. Don't roll the hose.
My dad now, I'm not gonna listen to him because my dad, when I was 8-year-old, told me different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
You don't roll.
here, please be a deer, roll the hose.
You don't roll the hose if you don't have to.
Don't roll
Me
the hose.
neither. They're ridiculous.
They have memory, and if you roll the hose, you have to roll it the same way every fucking time.
I used a compressor one time and it had like a 50-foot hose on it. And what we had to do was lay the whole hose straight out on the floor in a line and stand at the compressor and roll it up. Otherwise, it will be the biggest mess. There's only one way to do it.
Yep. Yeah, because it has memory, and you have to put it back where it was.
Yeah.
And if you do it the right way, it'll work.
Exactly.
All you got to do
I
is
found a cat.
turn it, roll it, turn it, and roll it.
I found a jet watch the other day next to a skip. I brought it home, to scrap kind of thing.
Well, I was trying to be nice to him.
Leaking on the seal on I put a new seal on it.
Bring me a couple of pre-rolls.
Oh, nice.
For tomorrow night. So I was trying to be nice to him.
What, you got cigars?
Yeah, pre-rolled.
Do you good ones?
Custom roll.
I wouldn't mind having a cigar.
I have cigars.
I tell you, the last one of those I had was called the Sapphire. Oh my God! Took me 3 days to smoke it.
Let's see if you can see it.
I've got half a cigar left.
Nah.
Can you read it?
No, because you're not expanded.
Make yourself big.
Highlight.
Excuse me.
Well, I have the enlarge feature on my computer.
There it is. What's that? Cherry do something or other? Duos?
Yeah.
You gotta tell us what it says.
What I'd like to have again is those cigars that Ian brought over. I asked Ian where could I get more of those cigars, and I said I'll pay for them and have them shipped. And he said, "Well, you can't get them anymore. They came from Jamaica." And I said, "I've never had a cigar like that before."
Jamaican man.
Crazy.
Jamaican. What
In
else?
other words, they were special.
They were special cigars. And
Yeah.
Ian did like a lottery, like a draw.
Special.
That's the kind of special they were, I would think.
Who was it that didn't smoke their...
CCTV now, and I've connected it to me Alexa thing. I can see outside my front house. Look.
It's CCTV, huh?
Only 21 pounds for the camera, and you just connect it up to the Alexa through the Wi-Fi in there.
Oh, this stuff was growing up in Tahoe.
There you go. Local even.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man.
Homegrown.
Connecticut, they grow the finest freaking wrapper leaf for tobaccos anywhere in the world. Right here. They grow the best right here.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What is it?
It's the Tobacco Valley, brah. Come on now. They grow a lot of good tobacco where he lives. Down in Raleigh, Durham, Winston-Salem, that area. Oh yeah.
I thought you were talking about Connecticut.
But that's the cigarette tobacco that they grow down there.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
The wrapper leaf, the leaf that goes on the outside of cigars, is a lot
You
of
could
like the
tell me
most
Texas is
prestigious
next to
one.
Canada, and I'd have to just take your word for it.
The most prestigious leaf in the world is grown here in Connecticut.
It's
They
interesting.
Cuban seed and they grow it here. In Connecticut.
Interesting to be here when they have the tobacco in the barns and curing the tobacco, but you can smell it, especially early in the morning.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Like when you have the dew.
Very good.
It really smells good.
Oh yeah, it does. It smells wonderful.
But they're doing it a lot less. They're sourcing a lot of that production out. RJ, this is the headquarters for RJ Reynolds. I'm a half a mile
I'll tell you
from
this, David. My cousin worked for, I don't know if he still works for him, probably. But he's working for the same tobacco leaf cutting place. They get the raw leaves, right? They get like the cured leaves, and then they cut them in a freaking assembly line kind of type deal in the factory there, and then they freaking package them right there in that factory, and they freaking box them up and they ship them out. The whole process is right there. The machines that they use are like 100 freaking years old.
Yeah, well, that's the brilliant part. That's why they're still running, because they're 100 years old.
Oh, dude, my cousin does it all. He was like part mechanic. He knows how to cut leaf. He knows how to roll cigars. And he used to manage the place. But then he's like, now I want to go work on the floor. So he went to work back on the floor. He went back to work on the floor.
Why not? Yeah.
Well, I'm working on the floor because it's only part time. That's what I wanted. I was in the lab, and now I'm on the floor. But I like the floor. I made friends out on the floor.
Yeah,
I like people.
He's been working in tobacco and cigars and things, making a.
No, we make everything. We do
blunt wrap.
We do contract work for the Defense Department.
They make blunt wrap. They make freaking the cover leaf, the outer leaf for the cheap cigars, for the expensive ones, for all of it. They cut it all there, and they freaking pack it all. They roll it all. They do everything. They do all of that stuff.
They have a niche, That's great. That's great. Somebody has to make it.
It's been in operation since it's either been the late 1800s or the early 1900s. I'm not kidding. They've been in operation quite a while.
That's not really old for a company. That's not really.
It's in South Windsor, Connecticut. Well, tobacco never dies. It just like tobacco keeps going, man. It's one of those industries that people always want it, always, always, always. And even if even if America gives up the tobacco finally, it'll still be freaking growing.
They ship it. R.J. Reynolds ships it. They export it to other countries.
Yeah.
They make cigarettes in China.
Even if America quits smoking, we will still produce it here and ship it to other countries.
Yeah.
And also build factories in other countries.
Tobacco companies are always going to make their money. It does not matter. They will always make their money. But RJ, what do you call it? Philip Morris did start to diversify, and they bought out Kraft and Procter and Gamble and stuff. So.
Well,
they want to keep making the money and keep.
Well, yeah, they're going to make the money no matter what anyway, dude.
R.J. Reynolds merged with or bought Nabisco.
That's not surprising that they would buy Nabisco, and I'm pretty sure they just bought them.
Because that was back when the government put all those restrictions, all those taxes and everything on tobacco.
Camel Cigarettes bought out Oreos.
Well, I'm going to make sure my vanilla wafers now from Nabisco to make sure there's no tobacco in them.
They make Oreos right here in my hometown. They make Oreos in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, because that's Nabisco. That's the company that makes them. And if you buy the Walgreens, if you have a Walgreens store, and you buy the Walgreens chocolate sandwich cookies, you're buying Oreos.
Oh yeah,
they're made by Nabisco.
Yeah, same company.
I know that. Somebody told me that.
Yeah, it's the same thing. If you take a stroll through one of those factories, you'll see all the freaking sub-generic brands that they fulfill right there.
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, what was it? Anthony the redneck there. He used to work at a place that made peanut butter. I forget which one it was, but he's been involved in producing food, and he'd be like, "It's the same stuff, man. It's just a different label."
That's what I worked at a paint factory. It was called Kalon Paint Factory, and used to make all different paints. And the cheaper stuff was slightly watered down from the normal stuff, so just different labels. You get the crown paint, like Magnolia, and then you get the trade version, exactly the same paint, different tints.
All right. I got to change here. I got to change conversation here. Tom, what's up with the stereo? How come that ain't in yet?
Because I'm an old man and my ass is dragging. How's that?
Ah, you get dragging ass. Okay.
I got dragging ass.
You not any dick in the dirt?
Yeah.
He's got nothing but time, but he ain't,
Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with us.
No, Friday usually is because it's Nancy's day off. It's spend with Nancy. You know, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay, so
I understand.
and tomorrow night she goes back to work, and so tomorrow she'll be sleeping during the day. So tomorrow we'll fire up the compressor, and we'll grind the whole dash area down to bare metal, trim up what we need to do, start welding up, filling up holes, and hopefully by come Monday, I'll be starting to do body work on what I welded up, and by next week at this time, we'll be talking about a stereo that's in the Camaro.
Nice.
Wonderful.
So that's my plans, at least. But you know, who knows?
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah!
So-
Thanks for dropping by. We appreciate
High
you.
five, Donald.
All right, cool.
So, what do you have for a cover plate to go over hide all your work?
I'm gonna weld when I weld that panel in for the dash to fill in. All that's gonna be filled in with metal. So all you're gonna see is that opening to where the deck fits in, and then there's a trim ring around it. That's why the mock-up piece I cut out is half-inch extra around it because of that trim piece that goes around it. It's gonna look factory when it's done, Jimmy.
All right.
My.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
I'm gonna drop
Yeah.
out for a second. I'll be
Look
back.
at it and go, didn't come this way.
That's cool. I'm glad you're doing it. That because that's the hardest thing about doing what you're doing is making it look like it belongs there.
Yeah, well, if you looked at the one video to where I had assumed in my infinite little mind that I could sit there and do the flip up and still clear the dash, that whole thing on that one was built to where it looked factory. I mean, and that's, where did David go? Okay. We lost it.
He may or may not have hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
He said a minute ago. Won't be a minute.
But that's the goal. That's the goal, Jimmy. And I'll take and I'll video every step of the way. But lately, I've been having a bad case of CRS and remembering to bring the video camera in with me.
You should just set it up in one spot, man. Just set it up. I mean, because you could actually
Enjoy your dinner, bud.
You could put that in place behind the seat,
Yeah.
Just leave it there.
Well, I got a big light hanging down from one of the headliner rods that go across.
Yeah.
I got a light that's hanging down that shines on it, so it'd have to be a little lower, and then plus I lay across both seats and trying to get it to where I can see everything.
Yeah. So if you put him like towards the if you put the camera towards the, let's say, the passenger side, all the way over as far as you could probably have your height and zoom into it to a pretty decent view, so you wouldn't have to worry about moving it and setting it up every freaking time.
Yeah, but the other thing is with my videos, if you notice, I don't think it's entertainment watching a video, watching somebody sand.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, if you got a little Rolex wheel on a little sander and you're sitting there sanding down stuff and everything else, you're not entertained.
It's got to be quick, and you got to be talking while you're doing it or something.
Yeah, and you can't hear it over the sander. So I just assume just sit there and say, all right, here, we're going to sand this all down, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow. We're grinding it all down to bare metal. We're going to take care of, weld up some holes. Here we are. And
We're already over an hour, Tom.
Huh?
We're already over an hour. I didn't even notice.
Holy smokes. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun.
Right.
Well, no, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't mind. I'm just saying, I freaking like, oh, wow, we're already over an hour. I've only been in here for like just under an hour because I came in at like the 20-minute mark or so.
Yeah.
That's about when I came in.
Well, David jumped in. I put the link out there early, and David jumped in right off the bat, and we were talking for about 15 minutes before we went live anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I didn't come in because I was watching a video, and then I popped over to Sharni's real quick to say hi to her. I didn't even stick around. I just said, Hey, hasta pronto, and then I came over here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. I mean, I pop it in, just pop it in, but I like to at least hang out for like 10, 15 minutes.
nope. I sometimes I like. There's so much going on, and there's so many live streams that I want to freaking just say hi in. I'll just come in and be like, woohoo, and then leave.
Yeah, but that beats up my analytics, man.
If I go on a panel, I want to be on at least for 15 minutes.
No. I'm not talking about being in a panel. I'm saying like I just jump in the
Being
chat,
in the chat,
woohoo, and then I screw.
Yeah, I at
I'm
least
getting accused of being a channel whore.
Put it this way, it's hard. It's like it's oh man. See, I read all my analytics, so it that stuff sticks in my head,
It's not easy being a YouTube hoe.
Yeah, I understand, dude. Trust me, I understand.
If I was, I'd look at analytics. I've never looked at mine.
I look at it all, dude. Especially now, they've changed Creator Studio so much that the data that you can filter through is astounding. You can figure out what computer, what type, if they're watching on a computer, on the phone, on a tablet, if they're watching on TV, you can find out how much they're watching, when they're watching. Freaking.
Welcome back, David.
Yeah, I had to step out for a minute.
It's all good. You can just mute the camera.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it on StreamYard. I do how to do
It's
it on
the
Zoom.
same. Bottom of the screen there says stop cam and
bottom.
Oh, I see right there. You're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you're blind.
Yeah, we had a discussion last night late. I don't know if you remember about what I could see and what I can't see.
Oh,
I can enlarge the chat, and it's only 5 of those.
I got a refill. Be right back.
Yeah.
That's why I wear a hat, so people don't have to look at the top of my bald head.
Well, it's funny because you get in close, you're trying to see the
freaks
screen,
people out.
and all you got is a fucking forehead. It's like
it's like Udizzy. Yes,
I don't know what you're talking about. What could
Udizzy
you possibly mean, Jimmy?
Well, that's what you get every time Tom enters a stream.
Udizzy had Tina read the chat for him. You remember that?
Did he?
Tina wasn't there. Udizzy says, "I'm half blind. I can't read that chat."
No, he seriously is freaking like blind as a bat.
Yeah, he's blind in one eye. He doesn't even have.
No, he only has one eye.
He only has one eye.
Yeah. So he literally is blind as a bat. He really can't see stuff a lot of the time. That one eye, it can function. It can function, but it's tough for him sometimes.
It's hard to read computer screens if you sat back and it's a laptop anyway. So
you got to figure he is 50. So
yeah, but you see his setup, dude. His setup on the casting couch, dude. That thing's a mile away from him. I could
unless you got a laptop on your lap.
Yeah, I could never stream like that at all.
But if you get your writing like big enough, like zoom in your text.
Well, I don't know why Udizzy just didn't use 2 screens and enlarge the chat on one screen and have video on the other. He could have very easily done that.
I think
He probably did.
He did his setup like that for 4 years straight.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I understand. I got it. It's like,
and it worked just fine for him.
Right.
Most
because he's a wiry little dude.
I qualify that by saying most of the time.
But he's, but whenever he's working that thing, he's bent over,
Yeah, I can't do that. You'll notice when I was on that couch, I kind of sat back. That hurt I can't bend over for long.
Oh, trust me.
How about you sat back, David?
So I wasn't being antisocial. I was like, I can't bend my back like this.
No. When I was there, I was sucked back, and I couldn't see this. I couldn't see this. I couldn't see what was going on, and the sound was the worst thing for me because the stereo. They got the screen going, There's a bunch. Wow, that just
It
shocked
would be
the shit
really
out of me.
easy for him to be able to find, like a more comfortable couch as well. But
A
who-
desk could be nice, but
who would want to drag a brand new couch set up 3 flights of stairs and drag the old one down? It's just not
I
gonna
wouldn't.
happen.
I wouldn't have even dragged that thing up those stairs.
Dude,
That would
it's-
have come in a window.
Dude,
I
I
know,
seen,
Jimmy, I
I
would've
seen a
sat
video
on-
where he tried to get the freaking refrigerator up the stairs, dude, and it was almost impossible. They
Yeah,
got it up there, but
'cause he
but
didn't
that's
have a
because
mover.
Dizzy's a nut, and
I thought somebody moved the refrigerator up there for him.
Right, I'm gonna go, guys, because I'm off to East Coast tomorrow to take my mum some more supplies. So
all right,
right.
man. Be
All
good,
right.
Johnny.
Have a good night,
Johnny,
Johnny.
I don't know
We'll
what
see you,
time
buddy.
tomorrow I'm going to be on, but I will be on partying for my birthday.
All righty.
okay, I've got a few
Good night,
beers.
Johnny.
I won't be
All
out all day anyway. So
All right.
right.
Thanks, Johnny.
Peace.
Yeah.
Me-
No, I think him and Tina did that one.
I'll have to go back and check. I thought they got that delivered. Maybe
Either
they
way.
delivered it.
Delivered.
And
But him and Tina dragged it up the stairs.
Yeah, but that's
So
a
they deliver it and left it, and then Tina and you, Dizzy, got it up those steps.
yeah, but that's a spiral staircase, man. You have to. That's not an easy task.
Damn.
You know?
No, I
Getting
had
getting up the stairs is a pain in the ass.
getting a refrigerator and a tight, narrow staircase that makes a bend in the middle is not fun.
Yeah, the thing is, what a professional would do with that is take it the fuck apart and then bring it up.
Well, that sofa, you, Dizzy, has a sectional. It comes apart. It's an
Yeah.
You take
Yeah.
it apart.
You're not getting a freaking long boy up those stairs. No way.
No. It
Yeah,
won't
Yeah,
fit.
actually, you could. There's ways.
Put a big
I've
hole.
done-
Put a
Yeah. Get a hoist and freaking take the window out the frame.
That's the easiest way.
I was helping my brother move in one time, and he was on the second floor, and they had a staircase like you, Dizzy's, that made a bend twice, and they had like a foyer. And
Yeah.
what we did, and it was a sleeper sofa too, which weighed a ton. We tipped it up on its end and raised it up over the staircase banister. We didn't even carry it up the stairs.
Yeah,
We
like
just-
I said, there's always
Two of us
another
got
way, man.
underneath the sofa,
Dude, I tell you,
pushed it up, and put it over the stairs
We've done-
case step.
we've done some crazy moving
Right.
maneuvers, dude. Where we're freaking we essentially have to freaking me on one end and my friend on the other end. We had to freaking just press the thing into the air like this, carry it over our heads, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Remember those
That's for young guys, though.
Hey, remember those moving
Just
straps
young.
that you had that you put on your shoulders?
Yeah.
Lifting straps that went down
Yeah.
down and you attached to the furniture.
Yeah.
And you lifted with your back. That's how Richard and I got my air compressor out of the garage there to back here.
Yeah. They work, but they're not easy.
And actually, we look like two monkeys trying to fuck a football.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
swear, I wish somebody would have videoed it because I probably would have made a whole bunch of money on America's Most
Oh,
Wanted.
without a doubt, because you end up looking like Charlie Chan in the stop motion, you know.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Baby
And,
steps. Got a baby
And,
step.
what's going on?
Real movers would have made that look a little easier.
Only slightly.
Yeah. Sometimes we end up in that position where you got to do it that way too.
Yeah.
But
It's fine.
I've been down on all fours with a piano on my back, crabbing up a staircase. Okay, so
Oh man, you got to
What's
be
up,
kidding.
Shandog? How you doing, bud?
no,
See ya.
actually, it's actually a pretty effective way of doing it. You got to have some muscle though.
Oh, and a strong back.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
had a strong back.
That past
Yeah.
10,
Bad.
You don't talk. You know those big spinets, the old ones, the freaking fucking. If you know what a spinet is, the big old iron back. You know, put that up on its side and then stand it up on my back. crabbing. That's old school shit right there, dude. What's up, Shane Dog?
You guys
Oh,
can't hear
man.
that, can you?
But some of these houses they build, they didn't build them designed for people to move furniture through.
Did I have to stretch
Narrow
my
hallways.
more than several times per hour?
It's all good, Shane Dog.
Look tomorrow sometime, and I don't know the time because of what my day is going to be, but I will be on again tomorrow live, and I will be getting intoxicated.
Later, Shandog. We'll see you, buddy. Have a great night.
Bye.
Go carefully now.
Drive fast, take chances.
Moving's crap, man. I hated the moving. Well, that's what Nancy said.
Nobody likes it.
Well,
I love
Tom,
it.
that's what chumps are for.
Yeah, I love.
Oh, if you like moving,
Yeah.
if I move, I'll send you a plane ticket.
I was good at it. I was good at it.
Gotta
Too.
help me move. Or I'll
Good,
give you.
I'll tell you what. I've said
Put you on an
that.
airplane.
I've said that to many a people. I said that to many a people. You know, just bring me out there, fly me out there. I'll go. I'll make your move smooth.
I'll fly you
You know?
up out here
Right.
and I'll put
Jimmy?
you up.
Just because you said that, your new name is X-Lax.
No. You don't
I'll
understand.
try
man.
not to move in the middle of the summer when the humidity is so terribly hot.
You know, the best time to move is the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
Outside of snowstorm type shit. But
Yeah, we
you
don't
know,
have snowstorm. We have a little trouble with ice, but
yeah.
usually it clears up by about the
Yeah.
middle of the day. So plan your move like
that is the most.
it'd be like in the mid 40s.
Yeah, as far as
low to
getting
mid
movers
40s,
and
and sunny.
guys to work,
Yeah.
the winter is the best time. It's the slow season, so that's when the guys will take their time to do everything they possibly can to make you happy. You know, because the odds of them having another job to do after they're done with you is pretty slim. You know.
Well, you're talking professional moving company.
Yeah, but I'm talking professional, just not moving companies, professional movers. You can hire movers without going through the moving company.
I know.
Just put an ad in the paper. Move my stuff.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to go to the moving place and talk to the guys that come out of the truck. You want to work Saturday?
I'll be right back.
You know,
When I
like
moved
that.
in here, I used Samaritan Ministries. I don't know if you have that out where you live, but what they do is they have a program where they have prisoners on work release. So the two people that moved me were people that were in prison that were working so they can work their way out of prison.
Right.
And they were great movers. They did a great job.
Right. But you don't want those guys doing your packing, and everything you move has to be secured.
You pack
Everything was packed. Everything was planned. I put everything in one room. All the stuff I wanted moved, I put in one room of the house. And I said, everything in this room goes.
Right. Right. You have to be careful with stuff like that.
Everything.
That's another reason
on the truck.
That's another reason why you don't want to go through freaking places like Facebook and whatever to get labor.
No, these were nonprofit, you know.
Yeah.
Now,
I know what you're saying.
I donated a lot of it to a consignment shop. I didn't have time to pack it all. And what I didn't pack, this consignment shop came, they packed it, they put it on the truck and took it to their place for no charge.
We have
we'll pack it up.
I did a lot of work. We used to do a lot of work for a place like that. And they would actually call the people, you know, people that wanted to donate stuff to them. They would have them call us, you know. So we did a lot.
They just happened to run in. They saw me doing stuff, and they came to me and they said, "Are you moving in?" And I said, "No, we're moving out." And they said, then they explained who they were, and you know, I had them come in and look at the mess, you know, the situation, because I was like halfway through packing it, and they said, "Well, we'll pack it." So what I did was I set into packing just what I wanted to move with me, because I was downsizing. I was going from 2,400 square feet down to 800 square feet, and two-thirds of the junk had to go.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
but
just
like I was trying to say about going to moving companies, depending on where you're at, like major cities, if you're near a major city, they're drivers will have helpers hanging outside of fucking their moving companies every day, and they're very easy to find. In fact, you could probably call a moving company. In fact, I know you can call a moving company as a driver and just say, "Hey, you want to hire 2 dudes," and they'll work for cash. You don't have to go through the company itself. You know,
yeah,
it's pretty.
and tip,
Moving's pretty lucrative. You
Right.
know?
tip them. Yeah,
Professional mover like Mayflower or United or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Mayflower. I'm speaking from experience because I did a lot with Atlas Van Lines. That's the one I ran with, and all I would have to do to get help is call them and tell them, hey, I need 2 guys for however many hours, and they'll pick what 2 guys you can have, and you go and pick them up, and you pay them cash that day. And if you know what you're doing, you get a guy like me coordinating your fucking move. We'll knock that shit out, Seriously, freaking, because the hardest thing about organizing a move is having everything properly coordinated. Like, because you got a big place, it's going to take 2 or 3 days, like 2 days to put everything in a box, or a day to put everything in a box.
it took a week.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how what you got, but for most houses can be packed in a day if you have the right people.
Well, if I
Sometimes
know
2.
what I have to move,
If it's big, it means it's 2 days. Then,
if I know what I have to move, I start packing like 6 months before the move.
Yeah. Well, that's
I put it
good
in
and all.
tiers. What
but
I
see-
absolutely won't need for 6 months, I pack that
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, you don't have to do all that though. With a professional, when you have professionals come in there, they
But I'm
don't
cheap.
but Packers don't have to be there till a day or 2 before the move.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. But I
And
want
in all those 2 days, but in those 2 days, they're still prioritizing. You still have to keep the stuff in the kitchen that you can, so you can eat while they're gone and things like that. And, getting your bedroom, getting your clothes separated, packing your luggage, freaking, you can have all that done in 2 days, especially, if you know how to orchestrate it, get things broken
I've
down.
been through enough moves. I know how to orchestrate it. It's down to a science.
Well, all I know, I'll make it easier and cheaper on you.
And one of the ways to make it cheaper is to pack it yourself, because then you know how it's packed.
Yeah, but
If you don't have a lot of
who says you're a
bags,
better packer?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Jerk, I want a Captain Jerk shirt. How can I get one?
Teesprings. I had mine on last night.
I want one.
Well,
Teesprings.
there's Teespring, yeah, and I don't know the quality of the Teespring shirts because I've never had a Teespring one myself. This is actually a Vistaprint special. I've had it for a little over a year, and it did this. So,
Yeah. Well, so far you're the one I got's doing good. But I've only had it a month or so. So.
Well, I'll
Maybe
just
2.
wear it.
This is This is Curry rear end. The guys who sold me the rear end for the Camaro, the Ford 9-inch in the back of it. This has been over 3 years old, and it's, other than the collar getting sucked, it's hanging in there.
Okay.
So
I wish I had
a Captain Jerk shirt. So
I sold my first shirt.
If you decide to run or print or whatever, I'm in. Count me.
It would be nice if I was a rich guy, because if I was, I would just give people free T-shirts all the time. Just be like, here you go.
Well,
here's the swag. Take it. I wouldn't care.
Well, hold on. I'll make an offer better for you. Since I know these friends of mine who are in the shirt printing business, and they did all my shirts because you got one of them. If you want, I'll print the shirts and you can sell them. There's an offer. on the table.
What's it going to cost me?
You want to buy one of my T-shirts? I sold my first one last night.
Well, I want one of yours too, Jimmy.
We got these. This Jimmy C and Friends. That's on the front. That's on the back. It's gonna have the when you get it, it'll have the low YouTube logo down here. This was a prototype.
Oh.
But yeah, I freaking.
What it's going to cost you, Captain, is send me a T-shirt so I have your logo. That's what it costs you.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then we'll go from there. But I'm going to explain something. When I sell T-shirts, I sell them not to make any money.
It's that sticker. Don't you have that sticker? That one?
No, I don't have that sticker.
Tom, you don't have my sticker yet?
No. Hold on. Let me verify.
Son of a gun. I could have swore I sent you a sticker. And if I didn't, well, then shame on me. I need to send you a damn sticker.
Bompity-da, bompity-da. Happy trails to you.
I take that back. I do have your sticker, but I ain't peeling it off the wall.
Here you go.
All right, it's in the box.
I have a sticker. I never stuck it. It's still unpeeled. Because I'm going to do something with my stickers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I don't want to unpeel them until I know.
I think I ordered one when I got one off of freaking the Teespring.
I think I put U-Dizzies on the scooter. I'm putting some of the sticker. If I have duplicate stickers, they go on the Vespa.
Well, Jimmy, see, I've been asking for your address. I don't think Captain has this one.
That's the one I don't know if I have yours or not, Tom. I think I do.
Yeah, I definitely don't have one of those, Tom.
Or
I'd really love to have one.
I think I can put my hand on all the stickers.
Or the original.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, that's actually cool too.
I like that blonde.
I bet.
So
there's your T-shirt logo, right? Where the hell was I trying to go? Yeah, I was trying to go to see.
Hey, Jimmy.
What?
TANoble@cox.net.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Oh, God.
I think I still have Tom's address.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't we hook up on Twitter or something, Tom?
Yeah. And I'm still trying to figure out how to work Twitter. So, old guy. Okay.
I understand, old guy. Do you have Facebook Messenger?
I'm on Facebook.
Do you do Messenger on it? Direct messaging?
No.
Oh. So you're still like not connected to the world as far as digital communication.
Of course. Old guy. Come on. My son keeps yelling at me. You know who does this?
Mm-hmm.
My sons.
All right. Well, you know how to answer messages on Twitter?
I'm going to find out, I guess.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to go there right now.
But Captain, the offer's there if you want to, because I think you could sit there and put your name out there a whole bunch with some shirts.
Tom Noble, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah. But like I said, is when I was selling my shirts, I wasn't out to make a profit. I mean, I feel that my YouTube brethren, I don't need to make money off them. It just doesn't seem right to me.
Yep.
And that's me. Okay. That's me. So if I would have helped you do shirts, Captain, that would be my opinion. But these would be your shirts. I'm just the front man with the money.
Okay.
So it's your call.
All right. So I found you over here. Now I am going to send
Oh,
you
I'm right
a
here.
message.
Jimmy,
What?
I'm right here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm sending you address.
Oh, cool. Now, if I can figure out how to do it, I'll.
Here you go.
Well, all I can say is you already have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 invites from me.
I know.
So,
Here you go. This is
and
it. Right
and
there.
this is where you can type your email address too, please.
Mm-hmm.
And I can talk to you.
But Jimmy, I also want a shirt of yours too.
Yeah, that's why.
But I'm a big guy, right here.
Yeah, I understand. But we can type the information to each other, Tom,
Here we go.
without using email because I'm not good at email. Okay.
Keyboard.
Stamp on it. Stamp on it. It says stamp on it.
Okay. God, I'm gonna have to give her a call then. I got a funny feeling I'm gonna be in the shirt business again with a partner.
All right. Pizza is done, man.
Cool. All right, this is gonna be cool.
All right.
Shirts, just t-shirts, just in time for the summer.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm gonna freaking
I maybe ought to come up with a design for my own personal t-shirt.
Yeah,
Shit.
put that chick on the back.
you oughta. But yeah, I got yours in the mail right now. I got the one for Jackie still has to go out, so
Yeah, Jackie. She ran out of booze. What did she drink it all the week before, Jimmy? How does somebody go on Thirsty Thursday and only have this much of a shot?
Because we tore it up on Tuesday.
yeah. Yeah, she did.
We tore it up on Tuesday, man. They got me lit on Tuesday stream.
I think they have the
Marcy's
liquor
gonna be there
stores
before too
closed where
long,
she
bro.
is.
At the beginning of Tuesday, she got you on Tuesday.
Yes.
Marcy's gonna be there before too long.
There was a bunch of new people even came in on Tuesday and were throwing me supers. I'm like, really? Brand new people come in the show, throw me $5. I'm like,
Yeah.
woo.
Yeah.
Like, huh? Okay.
Oh,
I didn't get to see what was going on last night because I went and passed out.
Oh, it's all good, dude. It's all good. It was a good show. It was wicked, pretty good show. I kept the monetization tag through the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then freaking when it posted first thing this morning, it was already green again. So I was like, yeah, buddy.
Cool.
Yeah.
cool.
That hasn't been happening a lot lately.
Yeah, well, they don't hate you as much as they hate me. So,
Well, it's because you don't make the money, Cap.
I'm not interested in YouTube money. I'm not. No matter what I did, freaking like in the realm of my freaking brain and my ideas and things I can accomplish, I wasn't going to bring the money anyway. So I really didn't care about it.
You know,
It didn't matter.
you never know. It may contribute to your plans.
Delinquency.
Yeah, to your plans to escape. Man. You know, even if it takes.
I'm telling you right now, for the amount of freaking effort
Cap,
and freaking resources
for the
I would
amount
have
of
had to put
effort
in.
and research, yep, just do what the fuck you're doing and monetize it and just go. Trust me, dude. You'll make a couple of dollars.
Okay.
You'll make a couple bucks, Cap. It may take a little while. You don't have to do anything more than you're already doing,
Thanks, Bunny. Crystal just gave me nice pizza.
right?
Um,
And
um,
apparently, this is a food break. I'll be right back.
okay. So, everybody, welcome to the Captain Jerk Show. I am Captain Jerk. We have Tom Noble up in this corner, David, and then Jimmy. All right. And I'm sitting here enjoying some pizza. And if y'all are hungry, I suggest you go get some pizza.
Pizza.
Hey, Breezy, how you doing?
Pizza night? Hold it. What, did everybody go and leave it to you?
Yep.
Holy smokes. No, tonight is taco and taquito night here. Tomorrow night is I'm supposedly being treated to Outback Steakhouse for the B-Day.
All right.
BW 64, what's going on? Breezy's Bike Shop, what's going on? So that's what I said. I don't know what's involved with Pat and the wife and everything else. So as soon as I'm free, I'm going to jump up. I'm going to open up a live show. But yeah, you only turn 70 once, and I'm going to party. That's it. This is just cocktail drinking.
I don't know about you, but I'm fairly certain that I'm not going to turn 70 even once. Just saying.
Well, I was told I wasn't going to live past 45 at one time, and that was by
Tom,
a professional.
I hate to burst your bubble, but you might not be around even if I did turn 70.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
You would be 95 years old, my friend.
You can
He
write
would be.
and let me know.
You
He
might
would be 85.
you
when
might be around in 25 years. You might be.
Yeah.
Breezy's Bike Shop in the house.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see Breezy. Mm-hmm.
Well, Tom, I
Good.
hope you're
Good
around
job you
when
made
I
it,
turn
dude.
70. I'll invite you to the party.
I
Hey,
wanted to
Byron.
party, but Chinese said no. But we'll have one anyway.
Let the mukbang begin. The wife just showed up with pizza from a new place.
Oh, look
Wow.
at the
Uh-huh.
pizza.
Hey, they actually cut it into real slices.
Mm-hmm.
Breezy's Bike Shop still older than me.
What's up, Breezy?
They didn't do the typical New England thing and cut it into squares.
That's only beach pizza.
That Chicago style pizza is squares.
They cut that in
Dude.
squares.
Real,
I tell you
real
what, man.
squares.
There's a ton of pizza places in Connecticut that have been cutting their freaking pizza in squares, dude. And I'm like, why? I could see if it's a party pizza or something. Yeah, you got to square it up. But come on.
Well, that's what I grew up on. I order a 16-inch pizza. It's cut up in squares. Thin crust. Now, if it's not thin crust, then it's cut up in the normal triangle.
There are different.
There's this-
I think they
If
call
it's
it.
a thin crust, you got to learn how to fold it.
And then
There's this New York stuff.
Then you got the infamous Chicago deep dish, which is always cut up in a triangle.
Yeah, there are some square pizzas that they make with other stuff, but yeah.
Chicago deep dish.
Cut square.
If you get the right
Yeah.
Chicago deep dish, you're not even going to pick it up. You're going to eat it with a knife and fork. I guarantee it.
That's how you have to start.
That's
yeah.
the way to.
The only way to eat it. If you're right, Captain Jerk, that's the only way to eat it.
But there's this place here that has New York style thin crust pizza, and when they serve it, you have to fold the end of the slice up. So you
Yeah, because it's sloppy. Yeah.
That's
Like
flops.
that. You got to hold it.
And
Well-
they serve it hot. You have to wait for it to cool. It is
Yeah, this is-
piping hot.
This is already cooled because it's been here for about 20 minutes.
Well, if you have it delivered or you take it with you, it will cool. It'll be cool when you get home. I've had
I've
to
been
put it
eating
in
New
the
York
microwave.
slice. I've been eating New York style pizza for a long time.
Yeah, this is a Greek pizza, pretty much. Greek style pizza.
Greek.
Greek, yeah. Well, I
never
call
heard
it
of
Greek.
Okay, I never had a Greek style pizza.
Well, it's the you might call it New York. We call it Greek because it's the way
Tons
the
of
Greeks
Greek
make it
families
around
around New England.
here. Yeah, anything in New England, anything that's that is called a house of pizza is basically owned by a Greek guy, and this is the style pizza that they sell.
So the name on the business is House of Pizza, and you
Yeah.
automatically know it's Greek.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. See?
Just about every independently owned restaurant where I live,
Stuff.
just about every independently owned restaurant where I live is a Greek establishment. That's just the way it's been.
They
If it's
sell
McDonald's-
gyro.
Yeah, a lot of them. That's some industry that they have perfected or something.
Mhm.
And every restaurant here serves.
Before, what's going on, bro?
Every Greek restaurant here serves gyros or heroes,
Yep.
and they got another thing called savaki, which is basically a hero, but with all the ingredients separate on your plate. They give you the pita pocket and the lamb and the
So it's
vegetables.
it's pick apart kebab.
Yeah. Depends on where you go.
Well,
Well,
gyro
the
is
kebabs.
just kebab. It's just
Oh, you gotta like the kebabs, though.
different type.
Come on.
Mhm. And cold pizza is definitely the breakfast of champions.
Oh yeah, you got
Yes,
that
sir.
right, man. You got that
I
right.
fully agree.
No stuff. No kidding, man.
I realized that. Pat came down. He was probably about 12, 14 years old. He came down, opened up the refrigerator, sat there. We had pizza the night before, pulled out a couple of slices, and sat down. And I go, what? No breakfast? No orange juice? No milk? No nothing? Breakfast champions.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you.
It works.
Hey, nothing beats freaking getting a pizza delivered to the woods.
All right, now you got to explain that one, Captain. Now you got to explain. Now you got to tell the story behind it. So
Okay.
Let's hear the story.
I was homeless and I scored some money, and I went to the freaking payphone in the freaking McDonald's parking lot, and I went over to the freaking and I told the guy at the pizza place, I was like, yeah, I need an order for delivery, dude. I'm sick of eating McDonald's food. I gotta freaking have something different. He's like, this still is fast food. I'm like, just shut up and give me a freaking pepperoni and bacon or pizza or whatever I ordered, whatever the toppings were. He's just like, all right, where's it going? And I'm like, well, I'm homeless. And he's like, dude, I'm not going to deliver it to a dumpster. No. Just, where the freaking, where the Etna building is? He's like, yeah. I'm like, can you freaking come around? Can you come around that area? You don't have to come around back, and we're not going to jump you or nothing. It's just me and a friend. We want pizza. He's like, all right, I'll be there in freaking in 20 minutes. You better be there, or I'm never gonna trust you again. I'm like, no, I'll be here. So I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the guy freaking pulling up in the Domino's freaking car. He's got this big freaking goofy light on the top, and I'm like, yo, I want that pizza. He's like, come and get it.
Hmm.
I came over to the freaking car. He pops out. He's like freaking, and he freaking hands me the freaking pizza. I'm just like, sweet. And me and my buddy freaking just out to my mom. I got a fire going in the woods. And we go out to the freaking fire. We're eating pizza. We're like, yes, sweet.
McDonald's food gets old fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Have your
See, what was it? 4 weeks ago, I swore off McDonald's. I ain't eating fucking McDonald's ever again.
Nope.
yeah.
Never fucking again.
Nope.
I had the worst meal of my entire life at McDonald's. I ain't eating there again.
Dude, their food is so subpar and soggy now, dude. No.
I had a triple cheeseburger, and I had the most dried out hamburger patties that if I could have welded them together, they could have been a hockey puck.
Dude, let me tell you something. A lot of these freaking fast food places are losing business because their food just sucks. It's been sitting around for way too long. By the time you get it, even if you do a grill order, the patties have been sitting around in the steam cabinet for way too freaking long. No. Just be like, look, I need a freaking burger and I need a fresh one. I don't care what the hell you got going on for freaking burgers in the steam cabinet or in a freaking heater lamp or whatever. No, I want you to freaking put down new meat right now.
That's why Five Guys does so good. They cook that shit right in front of you.
Hey man, I'm pretty much done with fast food to just for all day suckers. You know, I'm pretty much done with fast food. If I'm gonna make some junk food, I'll make it on my terms. Okay.
I try to use local businesses. I try.
How would you pronounce that? Hello, just passing through.
I missed something. I don't have a chat open.
I couldn't pronounce it. Azaric.
All right, guys, I'm going to show you something here. This is a T-shirt I'm getting my granddaughters.
That's ASIC Eric.
Oh.
ASIC Eric's in the Ace. Hang on, Eric.
Yeah, it's ASIC Eric. No kidding. How you doing?
Oh, man. Now I got to close everything out.
Well, you need to.
I haven't seen that name come through anywhere in a long time. Wow.
No. Eric's doing a second-gen Camaro, and he's doing a outstanding freaking job on it. But we communicate back and forth, and he's the one that gave me the idea of splitting the difference on the faceplate on the stereo of sitting. And he's the one that gave me the idea. Yeah, he's a good bro. I mean, he's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen his name pop up in a while.
That's the way to go, without a doubt. It'll look so much more proper, you know. Yeah.
Well, the thing of it is where else in YouTube? Now let's take this YouTube thing a little bit better. I never knew Eric prior to YouTube. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and then all of a sudden we start putting our shit out there, and Eric, and we contact and we exchange addresses, phone numbers. We call. I talk to him. I mean, where else can you do it on YouTube?
Twitter. You should check your messages.
I ain't checking nothing yet. I'm on live.
I've never even used Twitter in my life.
Eric, to be honest with you, where we're going to go, tomorrow's video will show you we're grinding down the dash, and we're going to go with 50-50. Plan C is what I think everybody likes. I really do. So you're going to have to sit there and think about, and somebody sat there and mentioned, well, why don't you build a council? Well, the council is planned on and everything else, but you look at it and it's down there in the bottom I don't want it down there in the bottom. I want it up there in the top of the dash.
You know what? If I was doing a 68 Camaro, you know what kind of radio I'd have in my dashboard?
What? And just an AM.
AM. Yeah, I would try to find the most original AM.
No, FM was available back then, Captain.
But
All right, well, I'll settle for an FM.
I'm a little
AM
bit
radio.
old. I'm a little bit older school than FM when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I tell you what, I'd go the extra mile and get an 8-track player.
They didn't even have 8-track back
And
then.
make
though.
make
Yeah, they
8-track tapes of my music and play 8-track tapes in the car.
But did they have an 8-track option for the 68 Camaro?
Well, they had 8-track tapes.
I don't know if they had an 8-track option for the 68. I know 8-track was there, and back in the day.
I think that would just be cool.
I'm not exactly a purist, no, because otherwise I'd just go and get a Clarion head unit and shove it in there and be fine with it. But I'm saying, like, if I was gonna go with any kind of radio in my car, it would probably be just like a simple AM receiver, and that's it. Because I'm not really a radio listener anyway.
No, what
Tell you the truth.
everybody has forgotten about is I had a 68 Camaro, and I was just getting started on it and everything else, and I got married, and the car had to go because Nancy couldn't handle it. I mean, it was a 396 under the hood with a Muncie 4-speed M2022 rock pressure. I can't remember, 373 Posse, and it was the original SS, and I had built that engine like there was no tomorrow. Not thinking about marriage, and Nancy and I didn't have to get married either, by the way. But I sat there and turned around, and we got married, and I drove the car up to Illinois, and I traded it to my brother Jerry, who gave me a 68 Impala custom coupe at the time. And this was in 1975. And I always wanted a 68 Camaro. Well, all through the years, Nancy was yelling at me, going, "Why did you let me drive that car? Why did you let me drive that car?" At 65 miles an hour, we're going through Indianapolis, and I was pissed off at a trucker, and I got that thing in third gear and mad at the gas, and now we're going sideways, smoking both rear tires, passing this trucker at 60 miles an hour, and I pulled it back in the fourth, and we kept going. And I go, "That's why you don't drive this car. It's too much power." And for 45 years of marriage, that's all I heard from her. "Well, you never let me drive the 68. You never let me drive the 68. You gave it." Now she gets to drive the 68. Now, here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about it. Now, after she sees how much work I'm putting into this and everything, she says, "I don't want to drive it." So I don't know.
I'd tell you this, Tom. If I was going to build a 68 Camaro, I would turn it into a station wagon. The 68 Camaro that I would be able to freaking get around Connecticut would be a bucket. Okay. It would be a freaking bucket, and you know it. You know it. This is the Rust Belt, buddy. All you're getting is a bucket.
All the stuff
telling
Russ there.
That's all you get around here is bucket Camaros, dude, all right? Well, anyway, if I freaking found a nice little bucket for myself, I'd just turn it into a station wagon because it would be worthless anyway. That, like, it would have zero value to anyone except for me.
Hold it. What was the video I was just watching? What was it? Musty One got a Porsche 914, was it? That turned into a station wagon? And
yeah, they put a plastic dome over the back.
Jimmy, we can't hear you.
He should just name that thing Bacon Crumbles.
Shit. Oh, shit. I didn't even see that video.
That thing is
Don't spoil it for me. I didn't see it yet.
Hold on, wait. We can't spoil anything for Captain Jerk. Hold on. We can't spoil anything for Captain Jerk.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at it's toast. It should be named Bacon Bits.
There's a guy named Cletus McFarland that actually named one of his cars Toast.
Yeah, because that's what that is, man. Trust me.
It's a Camaro.
one of the comments. Do you read the comments, Tom? On it, the first comment right under mine was just when you think Musty One can't buy a bigger piece of crap. And then here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, but the
There's some
funny
stuff that
thing
even Musty
about
One
it
has
is,
passed on.
is if you watch Musty One for a while and everything else, he's going to make that pile of shit into something.
Yes, some way, shape, or form. But
Yeah.
personally, I think he should just rip the motor out of it and move on.
There's certain
In
things
fact,
that
even if
look like-
even if he wants to, even if he wants to save that thing, I would pull the motor out. You know, I
tell
mean,
you this.
sorry, I don't want to ruin it, Cap.
There's certain vehicles that have been like offered to him for free even, and he's just like, nah, I think I'm
What
gonna
I would
pass.
love to take from him, if I had the opportunity to walk in his shop and ask him to buy it, would be that Ford Econoline truck.
Yeah, my dad.
I'm with
My
you.
dad had one of those.
I want that so bad. Oh,
I wish
You know
I could.
who had one of them? You know who had one of them, and he's not with us anymore. Do you remember Roger?
yeah.
He had one of them,
Oh,
but he sold it off. He sold it off about a year before he finally, took his final journey. But yeah, I remember he had one of them things. It was a black one. Remember?
Well, I guess we're having too much fun. We're going to keep going. I got to go refill.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay.
My dad had one of those Econoline vans. I remember it vividly. And I remember the engine, and there was something wrong with the engine, and he had to keep priming the carburetor. And you know how those restaurants have bottles that they put like mustard or ketchup in, they have them on the table? He had one of those full of gas.
Yeah.
He carried a bottle of gas. And every time, if the engine was cold, I think there's something wrong with the choke. I don't even think the air cleaner was ever on the carburetor. It was always off. And he would just squirt that gas into that carburetor to start it. And the engine just had a lid that flipped up.
We had a mustard bottle, and at one point we had a ketchup one too. Yeah.
Yeah, with gas in it to put it in. So I guess that's a problem they had with all of them.
The old restaurant ones that you see on the tables.
Yeah.
It's got a white tip on it. Yeah, we've had those ones. We've had a real deal ketchup bottle, a real deal mustard bottle that you like Heinz ketchup and French's mustard and things like that. Yeah, we've had it all, dude.
So apparently that's a common problem with those carburetors is the choke goes out or something.
My favorite one that I used was a Dawn dishwasher.
See you later, brother.
Bottle. I had a bottle of Dawn dishwashing liquid, and I didn't even like empty all of it out. There was like a little bit of slime left in the bottom. I'm like, nope. Pour the gasoline in there and freaking squirt it into the car when I needed to or whatever, and that was it. We were a little redneck though, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just tiny little bit redneck, little bit hillbilly.
My dad died with the first dollar he ever made. That man was so money conscious.
Sharp, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Right,
but I'd still love to get that pickup from Musty One. Oh man! But then I'd probably piss off every Ford guy in the because I put an LS1 in.
I was gonna say you're gonna drop an LS in it, you bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put an LS. I'd drop it. I'd sit there. I'd make it into the ultimate, and I would add a cab on it to make it into the ultimate dirt bike hauler for the weekend dirt biker. In other words, make the bed big enough to hold a dirt bike and still flip up the tailgate, have sort of like a crew cab in it, and then give you all the gas mileage in the world with an LS1 in it.
So Tessa, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, Tessa. that would that's what I would like to do with it. I mean, but
Well, the nice thing about that, my dad had the van, but the nice thing about the pickup would be, is if you had to go to the grocery, get groceries, and it was on a rainy day, you had that space behind the seat to put your groceries. You had like a shelf back there, and they didn't get wet.
You know what I wanted to do when I was a younger man? I wanted to get one of those old CJ5 mail trucks, right? Because there was just piles of them things, like literally piles of them things laying around
Yeah.
after the freaking USPS stopped using them. People would just buy like a tractor trailer load full of them, and they'd be piled up on the inside, just sloppy, dude. I'm like, holy crap! So they all had the i6 in them, and well, I was gonna get one of them things and put a nice Ducati motorcycle engine in. Just because. That's it. For no other reason than, yep, we're doing it. And
Motorcycle engine in a mail truck.
engine in it.
that thing would have smoked tire
Wasn't that
all
like
day.
a Cushman type vehicle?
Huh?
Captain.
What do you mean?
Was it 3 wheels?
Was it three-wheel?
No, just a regular CJ5 Jeep.
Oh,
You take the freaking
okay.
engine out of the motorcycle and put it in the Jeep. And that thing would freaking that might actually even do wheelies.
Now, one thing that's interesting, you remember Musty One did that police Cushman
Yes.
Yeah.
scooter. Well, our police department
I
uses
watched
that.
that. Well, actually, I
Our police
watched it.
department has some of those.
Hardy Spooner still got one.
Yeah, I got our police department uses those 3-wheel Cushman police scooters.
I don't know
Newer
if he got rid
models,
of the
though.
other one, but Musty came and grabbed one of them from him. He had 2. Musty grabbed one, and I don't know if Harvey still got the other one.
Yeah, as far as I know, he does. I've seen it in a recent video. It was still there.
Okay. Because, boy, he loves them things. Whew.
Have you seen his last video? He practically gave us a tour of the whole place. And I
Dude,
cannot believe
I've
it. He has
seen everything that Harvey has to offer in that place. And I mean, I went back to the beginning of Harvey's videos and watched some of his oldest stuff when he was still piling it up.
Well, he calls it a junkyard. I think it's a museum. He's got a museum.
A lot of what he's got really is just a bunch of junkers. But
I would say most
he's got
of
some
it's
good stuff
junk.
there. He does.
But you've seen what was in the basement? That's where the good stuff is, down in the basement.
Some of it, yeah. Some of it is good. Some of it's real good. But
He's
then
got
again,
good stuff
there
all
are some
over that
clunkers
place,
down
man.
there.
He's got
There are
cool
some
stuff.
that are just bombers. They're just.
Yeah, but
Well, he has
bombers,
like a Honda.
bombers are parts to keep the good stuff running.
Oh yeah, it's always good to have junkers and bombers around. Of course.
Yeah, he's got his own trails behind his house. He can ride his. Man, that's heaven. 'Cause then you're not bothering anybody. You don't have to worry about permits or licenses or anything. You can have all those ATVs and.
I'm pretty sure he's still supposed to be licensed, even riding a 4-wheeler on your own trail.
Really, on your private
Yeah.
property.
Yep.
I don't know how the laws work in New York. I know here, if you're riding your off-road vehicles off-road on your own property, you do not need to be licensed.
I don't think you need to be licensed. You can drive a car on your own private property and not need a license.
Depends
That
on
is
the state.
correct. Here,
Depends on the state.
In North
here in
Carolina,
Connecticut, yes.
the stipulation is that it can't be visible from a public street. It cannot
put
be
it this way.
visible by a state
Here's the thing about Connecticut. Is that
regulated.
the cops here in Connecticut are liars. Okay, I'm not saying that I don't approve of the police officers, and I'm not trying to denigrate on any one of them in particular. But To catch criminals in the state of Connecticut, cops will lie about anything. They don't care. Okay.
Well,
Well,
that's
they
what cops
can't.
do.
I mean, that's the thing. They can. I mean,
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I even disagree with it. I'm just saying that that's what it is. So when you ask a police officer about the laws, they can lie to you if you want. They can lie to you if they want to.
Well, it's their understanding. You just end up fighting it with the judge.
Well, yeah. See,
Yeah.
I went and a freaking I got myself a computer and started looking up the laws online instead, and the the government websites don't lie to you about the laws. They tell you the truth. So
Right.
I look it up online, and I don't talk to the cops about the law anymore. I'm like, nope.
Right. Well, yeah.
I gotta ask them
Because
nothing.
they don't know. They don't
I'll
have a
let
law
them guys-
degree.
Yeah, a lot of them
No,
don't.
cop doesn't
Right.
have a law degree. They don't
They
need
don't.
one.
A lot of them don't even know the law. They know what they can arrest you for and what they can't arrest you for. And
What I
they
do,
think-
if I have
they
a question
think they
about a
know.
law,
it would be
It's
it would be
called-
nice if more of them did know more about the law. Yes, but my point is this:
actually, it'd be nice
When
if
I
all
wanted
of
to
them
know-
did obey the law.
Well,
if I
'cause
wanted to know, if I want to know about the laws, whether or not I'm supposed to be driving at all if I don't have a license or whatever, I'll look it up online. And it turns out that yes, I can drive as long as I don't hit the street.
Yeah.
I can drive anywhere the hell I want
Yeah.
in a car.
yeah, that's what I didn't mean. I didn't mean license. I meant your ATV is still supposed to be registered, at least here in
Oh
New
yeah,
Hampshire.
yeah. You're
Yeah.
correct.
yeah, they're supposed to be registered here. If you
Yeah.
like ride it on a pub, if
No,
you ride it
if-
on
if-
any public property, even like a trail, like these places where you can
Well,
go
that's
and
yeah, but
ride
even if
your
it's on your private property,
ATVs.
if
It's
you
another area where the government sits there and puts their hand in your pocket. for you
basically
to
the
have
law that's there for them to do
all
that.
the rights down to it.
But what it's used as is it's a way to freaking when you get caught for doing something other than it lets them rack up the charges.
How about
Yeah.
this? In
But this is-
Connecticut, I
no.
know this about Connecticut statutes. If you have an off-road vehicle like a quad or
Yeah.
dirt bike or something like that, you do not need to plate it, but you need to inform the frickin' the local constabulary that you do possess this vehicle and it is your property. And it's not so that they can police you. It's so that they can recover it later on and give it back to you if somebody steals it.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
About all that. But up here, you're still supposed to be registered. And it's not a plate; it's a sticker that they put on it. But you're
Yeah,
supposed to have that
there
even
are
if you're
certain-
on.
Here,
If
here,
you're-
let me tell you a story out here in the desert.
There are contingencies for that
All
as
right.
well.
Out here in the desert, T-Dub and Pat were riding, everything else, and they were having fun. There's no registration, there's no nothing. You got to be on a titled vehicle, and they both were. And they're having a good time. And this guy sat there and they're stopped, and they took a break because actually nobody could catch up to those two.
Yeah.
And he sat there and he says, "I need your motorcycles. I need everything else." He said, "Who are you?" He wouldn't put out any ID or anything else. He says, "I'm BLM." Well, all the land around Las Vegas is BLM land,
Yeah.
Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah.
And it's,
Oh,
I mean, it's our land. And so,
Yeah.
and so they sat there and rambling on and everything else. And T-Dub reached behind his chest protector and pulled out his 45 and sat there and said, "Hello. Now, unless you're willing to show me a badge and show me identification, you ain't taking my bikes nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to holster my gun and we're going to take off and we're out of here." And that's what they did.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, because
I
he
mean,
wasn't being what that was
up
just
with
some
their own
joker.
little tags, but all they're doing back east is making revenue off everybody having little recreational vehicles. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, but no, most people don't actually register on their own when they ride on their own property. In
Well,
fact,
I got
a lot of
got
us-
a scooter story.
a lot of us
friend
up
of
here-
mine, a friend of mine, he's a Vietnam vet. He had a scooter, and he rode his scooter to a Home Depot. And he went in the Home Depot and got what he needed. and came out to get on his scooter, and it was in the back of a pickup truck. Somebody had loaded it in the back of a pickup truck. They were tying it down, and he said, "Hold on. What are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, well, this scooter has a dead battery in it. We're going to get a new battery for it." And he said, "That happens to be my scooter." And the people stealing it from him said, "Do you have a key for it?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah." Reached in his pocket, pulled out some kind of collectible pistol. He said, "Yeah, this is the key." Well, then the police officer that was security at the Home Depot walked over to him to talk about it. And the guy said, my friend said, "Well, this is my scooter, and I caught these people trying to steal my scooter." And the cop said, he got his scooter back.
Yeah.
And he was expecting the cop to say, because we have a concealed weapon law here, and he didn't have a permit. He was ready for the cop to give him a hard time over the gun.
Uh-huh.
And the cop said, "No, you're not in trouble. I'm actually interested in I want to look at your gun," because it was some collectible kind of gun.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
But he got his scooter back. No, the people ran away. They said, "Oh, you can have it back."
no, that's over.
It was bad about them getting stolen here. They finally passed a law where you had to register and get a plate for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's altogether a bad idea, because it'll make it easier for them to recover it.
Yep.
And here in Connecticut, if you're gonna ride a freaking a moped or a scooter that's 50 cc's or over, you have to get a freaking you have to get a plate for it. If it's under 50 cc's, you don't have to have a plate for it, but you still have to freaking practice safety, and you have to have a car license at least. If
You
it's
have to
50
have
cc's or
practice
over, you have to have a motorcycle license to drive it on the street.
Yeah. Well, here you don't even have to have a driver's license.
No, I know. The laws are different there. They're flipped over, but I like that, and it's more laid back there, yes. But here in Connecticut,
You know why they didn't? Why you weren't required to have a driver's license is because when the mopeds first came out in the 70s, that was during the fuel crisis, and they were trying to get people to practice riding. They were selling mopeds to save fuel because they have very good gas mileage, and they were doing everything they can. They were regulating them as little as possible to encourage people to use them, to buy them. They were a motorized bicycle.
All right, guys, I'm going to end it. We're going on. Well, we went 22 minutes long. Well,
Is what it is. 2 hours in.
hey, I don't care. We get talking about stuff.
It was a fun time.
I am going to say tomorrow, I do not know what time I'm going to do it.
All right.
But I am going to go live. It's my birthday. I plan on having a good time.
happy birthday, Tom.
All right.
Okay. But I don't know what time. You're going to have to check in. I would say roughly anywhere between 8 and 9 my time, maybe early. I don't know. It depends on what the wife and the son has planned for me. So I want to thank everybody, Jimmy C, David, and Captain Jerk, for dropping in. And we'll pick you up maybe tomorrow night.
All right. It was a blast.
Have a good night,
All
guys.
right, thanks.
Thanks for having me up, Tom.
Yeah.